Now that you've entered all the data, let's look at the Reports section. What you're seeing here in the main window is a single report page that's selected over on the left menu. As you click on each page individually, that page will be in the viewer. To create a multi-page report, click on the Create Custom Report button. Let's learn our way around this form a little before we get into the details of how to create those reports. As you can see, if you hover over the name of each form, you'll see the thumbnail of what each form looks like. These are just generic thumbnails from a sample case. They are not your actual report pages. Also, it's important to know that your report pages will compile in the order that you select them. And per FINRA, they're numbered, and that's not optional. If you select pages out of order, you can always scroll to the bottom of this window and click and drag them into the order that you like. I think these are probably pretty self-explanatory, but you can use these buttons to either check all or clear all. In this first column are all the report pages created by the forms in the Benefits Calculator. As you can see, disclaimer is always checked. It is mandatory, it cannot be removed, and it will actually add 2 disclaimers to your reports. The first disclaimer contains our general disclaimer at the top of the page, and if you like, you can add your custom disclaimer to the bottom half. The second disclaimer is for the TSP section. If you've chosen any TSP pages to print, this will automatically be inserted at the beginning of those report pages. In the second column are all the report pages created by the forms in the Retirement Analyzer. And the third column is where you can save custom sets of report pages so you don't have to check boxes each time. Alright, now let's create a report. This can be done in 2 ways. The first is by selecting each page individually. As you select each page, it'll appear in a ribbon bar at the bottom of this window. Again, if you want to reorder these pages, you can click and drag them into whatever order you like before you send it off to print. Once you've selected the pages that you want to include in the report, click Print Report. The report will appear in 2 places. Not only will it be here in the viewer window, but it will also be in a separate window. Some tablet users were having an issue viewing the report here in the software viewer, so we added the new browser tab to accommodate that occurrence. From either the viewer window or the browser tab, you can select to print or download to a PDF. Please note that at this point, the report has not been saved to your computer. It is simply compiled for your viewing. So you'll need to choose one of those options and either print it to a PDF or print it to a hard copy if you want it saved. Now let's take a look at saving a custom report. You'll put your cursor into the name field. You'll name it whatever you like. Could be the usual including Roth, top 10 favorite pages, just about anything you like. And then you'll go select the report pages that you want in the order you want them. Once you've checked all the pages you want, click Save. And now, anytime you go back into this custom report field, those previously selected pages will populate. This way, when you have a favorite set of pages, you don't have to do so much box checking every time you run a report. Once again, you'll click Print Report, and those reports will open in the same 2 places we just looked at. And once again, you'll need to print that report to a PDF in order for it to be saved on your computer. There's also an advanced report that you can run, and is more explanatory than charts and graphs. There's no ability to customize it other than the addition of your logo, and unlike the custom reports, this will only populate in the browser window. And as we saw in previous reports, if you want this printed to a PDF and or saved on your computer, you'll need to select Print or Download. One point of clarity I want to make before I wrap this up is the distinction between the PDF report being saved and the client file itself being saved. When you go through this report section like we're doing now, that will save a PDF of the report pages to your computer or wherever you're choosing to have them saved, whereas the client file itself is saved to Google Drive. However, having said that, the client files can only be accessed through the software. You couldn't go into Google Drive and retrieve them. They're encrypted and can't be read outside of the software.